to mention the controversy between Booker T and Samoa Joe. You don't want to miss it. Find out when it's playing, and make sure you catch the replay of Victory Road.
Boy, there was nothing like the return of that no-limits, high-wire spectacle that we call Ultimate X. Plus, how about that blow-away 12-man elimination tag?
I'm telling you, a match that started to pay you off like no other match has ever done it before. It was incredible. And Kaz, you can see this is a great moment for him. You can see how he felt about it. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Either it's going to be what he wants, or it's going to be a freight train coming in and stopping him. And look at the way he's starting off, Mike, showing a real fire, that fire that he used to have there when he was the X-Division champion, a fire we've always seen. He just seems to always fall a little bit short. This is his chance to get it all back.
Have to admit, I was surprised that little Petey Williams went for the Canadian Destroyer so early in this match, but how about the force behind that whip that sends Kaz up and over the top rope, crashing down onto the concrete. Well, he landed right on his hip. Watch out for Petey Williams, slingshot, and the flawless execution of the Hurricane Rana.
And let me tell you something, he didn't just put that Hurricane Rana on him and put him on the mat. He put him on the concrete floor. Let me tell you what Petey Williams is doing here. He knows that you've got to fear a wounded animal, and he knows that Kaz is wounded. He knows that he's upset about what happened, and he knows he's going to fight with everything he's got.
Wounded, Don, in more ways than one. Remember that incredible leg drop by Kaz in the Ultimate X match off the top of the steel structure. It was a bad landing for him, and Petey Williams cognizant of that fact, and as you can see from both of those power moves, they affected the hip of Kaz.
Well, I talked to Kaz. Not only is the hip in such severe pain after that unbelievable drop 20 feet up, also that left arm, that left elbow area, you saw him work on it on Ultimate X, still hurting him and has been hurting him since Sacrifice. I mean, this guy is absolutely incredible. Just the no quit that he has, and you can see no matter what, he won't stop.
Kaz unleashes the offense. Going to try the backslide. Momentum of Petey Williams enables him to roll through. Boy, an impasse there, and it ends up with Kaz trying to take him down to the wave of the future, but instead blocked by Petey. Canadian Destroyer instead elevated over into a back body drop. Kaz has got a counter for Petey and vice versa.
Petey's tried the Canadian Destroyer 3 times now. How about Kaz letting Petey come in, and then he took him. Here it is. Oh! Great effort there by Kaz. He let Petey Williams lead himself into that trouble, and it almost cost him the X-Division title.
We mentioned it earlier. 4 years since Kaz has had that TNA X-Division championship. Don, this is exactly what he needs to get that career rolling back on track. Another attempt at the Destroyer, and another counter apparently here by Kaz. He's got Petey in a predicament. How about that? Spiked him, dropped him right on his head.
Vicious move. This is his Rhaka. She knows that Petey Williams is down. Any distraction's going to help. Kaz knows he has that X-Division title right in his grasp. He can't allow that to stop him. He goes right over to break it up with Rhaka, and look at him. He is tired. He's sick and tired of everything, and he's going to take it out on her.
Momentarily, however, losing his concentration and focus, but right back on Petey. Now he's got him.
2. Oh, man. He's this close, and you can see it in his face.
Oh, you can see how frustrated he is at this point. No question about that. He's done everything but get the 3 count. He's done everything but win the X-Division championship in this Impact title match.
You think about what's been going on in his career lately. 1 step forward, a couple steps back, but he always makes another step forward. This is that opportunity getting to the rope. The crowd behind him. Petey Williams wounded. Petey Williams just fighting for everything he's got left here now.
Petey fights him off. Kaz catches Williams completely unaware with the kick. It rocks him. Boy, Petey's in trouble up there on the top rope.
And you can just feel the confidence just rising in Kaz. Somebody that's never lacked it. I mean, let's just be honest. He's never lacked that. And here he goes.
Think he could be going for the flux capacitor?
Oh, why not? Let's end it right here. You can see Petey realizes it. Knows if he hits it, nobody gets up from it. Look at Kaz holding onto those ropes for dear life.
Sunset flip attempt. Perfectly blocked by Kaz. Here comes the roll up. Shoulder step. You see the quick reversal in the roll through. And Petey Williams, he's got the trunk. He held the trunk and got the
Here's your winner and still TNA X-Division champion, Petey Williams.
Oh, look at Kaz's face. You can see the devastation as Kaz just lost another great opportunity.
Tonight, in front of the entire world, Booker T is giving you the chance of a lifetime. You beat him tonight in a stretcher match, you're moving to the top of the TNA food chain.
Well, Lauren, this is exactly the kind of opportunity. Give him to me, baby. It's exactly what I've been looking for here in TNA. And Booker T, you might be one of the best in wrestling. You may be one of the best wrestling has to offer. And you might be five-time WCW champion. But you don't know what you're getting into tonight, baby. You don't know. He can't even pronounce my name. He can't even pronounce my name, Lauren. But you know what? After tonight, you're not going to forget the name. Creed, baby. Woo! Give him to me. Give him to me. I want him, baby. I want him. Let's go. Tonight, right now. Going to the top. Creed's up in the top, baby.
You're right, feeling out process because this is the first ever meeting between these two. Booker hand-picking Consequences Creed as his opponent. Grabs the side headlock. Consequences hanging in there. Let's see if he can fight off Booker, but Booker maintains control.
And you can see the stretcher right there by the rail as it's sitting right there at ringside. So it's in a great placement where if you can get somebody outside the ring or maybe take them into the rail, take them out of their game, you can put them on and reel it right outside. Booker T, what a knife edge chop that was to Consequences Creed. I know he's excited. I know he's fired up, and I'm talking about Creed. But it's got to be intimidating the first time you're in the ring with somebody like Booker T, who's won so many world championships. Except the TNA one, I should say.
You're right. Totally dominant, however, here in the early going, opening minute plus of this match. And boy, that was a clubbing shot. Big right-handed. Creed fights back with a forearm shot out of the corner. Booker goes at him again. Creed blocks. Creed answers with another shot. Booker again. Answered by Creed's forearm. How about this?
Man, I'll tell you what, Consequences Creed, impressive. They're not intimidated by Booker T whatsoever. I mean, it's like he's got a counter for those blows, and look at him. The somersault rolls right up into the clothesline and catches Booker T. And again, I think right here you're seeing those ill effects that Booker T has got to be feeling from Victory Road.
Can you imagine how TNA would be turned upside down if Consequences Creed could pull the upset? And we are back on Thursday Night Impact, continuation of our main event stretcher match. Could this be the Rocky story? Consequences Creed and Booker T.
I'll tell you what, during the break, it was one situation where Booker T came back into the ring, and it was almost like he was impressed with Consequences Creed, and you can see he's taking it pretty serious there as he hits him with that kick and places it perfectly into the face of Consequences Creed, and that's one thing about Booker. He always knows where and when he can use those vicious kicks, and they seem to always land.
I have just been handed a memo from Jim Cornette, the Office of TNA Management. Next week, right here on Impact, the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, have challenged Beer Money to a scrap match, and I can tell you that that has been accepted. That in addition to the debut of Karen's Angle, the new talk segment, plus Velvet Sky, Taylor Wilde for the knockout title, and AJ Styles, Christian Cage, Rhino versus Kurt Angle and Team 3D in the 6-man, 5-table elimination match. I'm telling you, next Thursday on Impact, loaded, one of the biggest shows in our history. Booker measures, Booker connects with the kick.
Well, you know the Guns want a piece of Beer Money after they've been strapped before, but what a kick by Booker T, taking total control of this matchup, and it just shows you. You can be fired up, you can be in shape, you can be excited, it can be a great opportunity, but there's a reason why Booker T has won championships everywhere he's been. I mean, it's just, he's so damn good.
And think of this, on top of everything else next week, we heard from Kurt Angle and Team 3D previewing the 6-man table elimination match. They told us they're not coming alone.
Not only that, and you got to wonder if Sting's coming with them, but not only that, they told Taco to make sure and disrupt Karen's Angle segment.
Vicious axe kick, delivered with both impact and authority to the back of the head of this kid, Consequences Creed. Keep in mind, main event stretcher match. To win the match, you've got to take your opponent, wear him down just like Booker's doing now, and and secure him to the stretcher. Creed in trouble, rolled out to the floor by Booker, who's going to try and follow up, and one would anticipate secure him and strap him down to the stretcher.
I'll tell you, Booker T just wore him down. He took everything that Creed gave him early on. But Booker T, now look at that, the knees. These are vicious shots to the head. I mean, they're concussion shots. I mean, your brain's rolling around inside your skull. And that's what Booker T's got to do. He's got to get him to that point. Look at him. Consequences, Creed right now trying to figure out where he's at. Laying on that concrete floor, and Booker T realizes this is his opportunity. He just knocked him right onto the stretcher.
We had anticipated the feel-good moment here with Consequences Creed conceivably pulling the Rocky upset story, but not the case, as Booker has just beaten him senseless, and you can see, put on the stretcher. Here come the EMTs out to the ringside area, and Creed is being wheeled to the back.
I mean, you can see the eyes of Consequences Creed. He was out on his feet. He's staring up into space.
And Joe, think about this also. Taylor Wilde will be defending the Knockout Championship against none other than Velvet Sky, who survived the gauntlet last week.
The upset queen here in TNA, the Knockout champion Taylor Wilde with a big title defense. That's later tonight. Abilities. His return to TNA, his potential arrival here tonight. The six-man tag team match, 5 tables to be involved. The elimination match, Team 3D, Kurt Angle, they insist Sting will be here tonight in their corner against AJ Styles, Christian Cage, and Rhino.
Well, Christian Cage called for the match. He's never forgotten going through that glass table and being out for weeks. He wants to get that revenge. It's going to be a match on survival. It's a match where 5 tables, 6 men, only 1 left standing, and they have the confidence going in. But you heard Rhino. You heard Rhino tell AJ Styles, concentrate on the match at hand. Don't get into the hype.
You also heard Christian Cage say, as Eric Young gets overpowered, back first down on the apron by Jimmy Rave, Christian Cage said if Sting gets involved, he's the first one I'll put through a table.
Distracted. He's got Consequences Creed throttle, but nice counter as Consequences Creed grabs him and puts him in the Creed ET.
Dropped him, spiked big Lance Rock right on his head, and I think Creed's gonna fly. Measures, hits the ropes, here he comes. Oh my, flip dive over the top.
And he took out Johnny Devine and Jimmy Rave in 1 shot. I mean, it was effortless. This guy really is incredible. Let's take another look at this if we can. Look how smooth he is, Mike, going over the ropes. He's just got that it factor. There's just something special. You can just see the potential oozing all over Consequences Creed.
Talked about tonight here on Impact, the Motor City Machine Guns issued the challenge last week. It was accepted by Beer Money. We will see those 2 teams square off in a strap match tonight here on Impact. Eric Young on fire.
Well, they've been thinking about payback ever since Beer Money had them handcuffed to the ropes and just strapped the living crap out of them. There's somebody that has so much pride in what they do, and they've been thinking about nothing but. Nice move there by Johnny Devine as he puts Eric Young right on his nose.
Yeah, almost as if Devine, Jimmy Rave working in tandem. Slingshot move in. Creed bridging pin attempt, but Rave kicks out.
Oh, at the last second. I mean, beautiful move, though, again by Consequences Creed. Just showing us a whole lot in his repertoire. But wow, Jimmy Rave spinning all around him and then put him right on his face.
And Rave, that time, just rocked the world on Creed.
1,
Quick cover,
2.
EY in to break it up.
Wow, Eric Young. You know, Eric Young showed great ring awareness. He was somebody that just has so much talent in the ring. And look at there, just put him right on his head. Here it is. 1, 2. Another Johnny Devine right on the money.
Look out, Divine intervention coming. Eric Young gets dropped. Now Divine's gonna win it. Here's the pin, no Creed in to break it up.
Consequences Creed at the last second. Everybody's so close to getting a pin, but everybody not wanting to let this thing be over. Now you can see Consequences Creed winding up and lays him right in the face.
Drops Divine on his back. As soon as he gets up, he doubles him over with the boot. And spins him around. Quick reversal by Divine. Divine intervention on the way.
Nice counter, though, as Creed fighting it. And you can see Creed now picks him up. He's got him. He's got him. He got it. Time.
Here is the winner, Consequences Creed.
Don West, you talked about the it factor. factor that Consequences Creed has. He gets the win, but now check this out. Johnny Devine immediately on him after the 3 count with a series of shots.
You can see Johnny Devine calling for help. He's wanting more people to beat down on Consequences Creed. It's just the jealousy taking over. Oh no, Johnny Devine now grabbing a steel chair, and man, Lance Rock just put a boot right into his face.
He just caught Creed that time with the full extension of the leg, and now the steel chair is going to come into play. 3-on-1 here against Creed. Lance Rock, Jimmy Rave, Rock and Rave Infection holding Creed for the steel chair from Devine.
Wait a minute. It's the Monster Abyss. And again, we see him coming to the rescue, and this has just been something that the Monster Abyss has been doing as of late. Every time someone's in dire need and in severe trouble, he comes out to the rescue.
Oh, it's becoming familiar, all right. We've seen this pattern develop recently. Wrestlers in trouble, like Consequences Creed, and the Monster Abyss to the rescue. Here comes Rave, cross body block, no impact at all. 6'8", 350 pounds up, choke slam down.
I mean, look at him. He's just wreaking havoc on everybody. Black hole slam on Lance Rock. He just cleaned house.
The Monster Abyss once again to the rescue. This time, saving the hide of Consequences Creed from a 3-on-1 beatdown. Oh, check this out. Is Abyss going to resort back to his violent ways? He's got that steel chair. Listen to the crowd.
Crowd, I can't decide if they're encouraging to use it. You saw Lance Rock fly away. Look at this. He just threw it down right on the mat.
Once again, Abyss declines to inflict further pain and punishment.
I don't know what's going through that mind, but one thing we do know, every time he gets on the edge of using a weapon in violence, he turns it down and doesn't do it.
Let's get to the bottom of this situation involving Sting.
Shooting star here in TNA, Consequences Creed. How did you prepare going into this match?
I mean, the same way I always prepare. Wake up, go to the gym, 90 minutes on the elliptical, 1,000 reps on the rotary torso, triple compound set, every major muscle group, then I have breakfast. No big deal. Oh, but Consequences Creed. I mean, he's just another challenger TNA is throwing in my way. I mean, he's the type of guy that, you know, he gets wrapped up in watching all these superhero comic book movies that came out this summer. I mean, he probably thinks he's Batman or something. But we all know in reality, the greatest villain of all time, Arnold as Mr. Freeze. I'm gonna kick your eyes. I'm gonna kick your eyes.
Sorry, Petey, it seems like you're taking Consequences a little lightly.
Why shouldn't I take him lightly? I mean, who has he beaten here? Who? Hello? Somebody? Who has he beaten? I mean, he wears red, white, and blue. He dances around the ring like a damn fool. He is so insecure, he pretends to be a character from a movie. Creed, let me tell you something. To be somebody in this business, you gotta do something first. You haven't done a damn thing. Whereas I am Maple Leaf Muscle, the wizard of the washboard, the definition of definition. Rhaka.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is a non-title X-Division contest. It is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Atlanta, Georgia, Consequences Creed.
You talk about an individual moving up the ladder of success in TNA. We take you back to last week's Impact broadcast. Consequences Creed victorious in the four-way match over Jimmy Ray, Eric Young, and Johnny Devine. Consequences Creed really gaining steam and momentum.
And his opponent accompanied by Rhaka from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, the TNA X-Division champion, Maple Leaf Muscle, Petey Williams.
X-Division champ makes his way to the ring for this non-title match, and Don and I joined at the broadcast position by TNA analyst, NASCAR analyst, Hermie Sadler. Hermie, interesting situation here. Consequences Creed moving up, but Petey Williams, he's been a fixture in the X-Division for years.
Mike, glad to be here. Listen, we've got a very similar situation in NASCAR. A young kid named Joey Logano
coming in on Joe Gibbs Racing to kind of carry that torch of victory over a champion like Petey Williams could really put this guy on the map.
You know, everybody can sense it when it comes to Consequences Creed. We talked about it. He's just got that it factor about him. I mean, you feel his passion, you feel his emotion, and you know that the longer he's out there, the better he's going to get. And what a test he's got tonight in Maple Leaf Muscle.
TNA wrestling also like NASCAR. You can have everything, but you got to get it done in the ring. A big opportunity right here for Consequences Creed. Hermie Sadler, a fixture on DirecTV's Hot Pass. Hermie, I know recently you were in Chicago for a big NASCAR event, and from what you told me earlier today, the people in Chicago are really fired up about Bound for Glory, TNA's biggest pay-per-view of the year, headed to the Windy City in October. Mike, you're exactly right. TNA and DirecTV teamed up a couple weekends ago to bring the fans Hot Pass on DirecTV, and the talk of the town everywhere I went, Chicago is ready for Bound for Glory.
Well, you got to wonder if Consequences Creed is ready for Petey Williams, and he's showing it right now. He's just using that flair that he does. He's able to do it too. Close for the pin, but he's able to kind of strike out the opponent. Just makes him hesitate for a second, Mike.
He's tough to prepare for because his offense is so unorthodox. He really is. And Petey Williams has really undergone a neat transformation since he's been here in TNA, adapting some really bad guy kind of qualities along the line, but it's working for him, Mike. Ever since that association with Big Papa Pup Scott Steiner, in my mind, Petey's career turned totally around. I mean, how can you beat it? X-Division champion. Well, he's got a little bit of Kyle Busch in him. If go back to NASCAR one more time, he's found that niche that he needs to do. And a lot of times, he's got that edge because of his confidence before he ever gets into the ring, Mike.
I'll tell you what, Consequences Creed off the top rope, just taking the face of Petey Williams, putting it right into the mat, showing that he's not intimidated by Maple Leaf Muscle, Mike.
Got to talk about that situation with the beautiful people backstage in preparation for their main event Impact Tag Team match against, yes, Gail Kim and Taylor Wilde, the Knockout champ. What's the story behind that? Is she ready?
Well, we heard earlier, we knew they were coming with some kind of a surprise. Obviously, this is it, but knowing them, who knows, who can tell, but Petey Williams shows you what he's all about. Just hits that Hurricane Rana, he's so smooth.
I can never get enough of this X Division, Don. I mean, unbelievable athletes, what these guys do. Very impressed also with Consequences Creed, my first up-close look at him.
Well, I'll tell you something I'm impressed with is the way Petey Williams has been able to handle himself without Scott Steiner by his side, who's been out with this injury. Petey Williams, you can tell he's learned all that he can learn, and he's using it. Look how he put those knees right to the chest. You can see the pain, and Creed so close to a pin.
And really drove him right into the chest of Consequences Creed with authority and impact, and then the jawbreaker puts him on the defensive. Petey with a flawless spin kick. Hey, the biggest thing I see in Petey Williams, look at this right here, the strut, the confidence that Petey Williams has gotten in this little winning streak as X-Division champion. You can really see it.
Well, everything, too, is to set up the Canadian Destroyer. We know that. And once he gets that hooked on you, there's just no getting up from it. And that's what Petey Williams does. He's got such a repertoire. He can be in so many ways. Like that standing drop kick right there, out of nowhere. But if he hits that Destroyer, oh, so close again, is right now Consequences Creed. He's just discombobulated.
A concerned Rhaka looks on from ringside, but her man, Petey Williams, totally in control here. Boy, Creed in trouble at this point. He really needs to get it going, and maybe needs to feed off the crowd here at the Impact Zone. Hey, the crowd is really behind him right now. He needs to take advantage of that, feed off that energy, but what a wide array of offense from Petey Williams.
Sometimes you just don't match up well with somebody, and Petey Williams has just been destroying him here in this ring, and this can really take the confidence away from a young star like Consequences Creed. Oh, nice kick, though, out of nowhere.
Nice agility, as well as the athletic ability with the drop kick that was right on the money. Creed fired up, pointing across the ring at the X-Division champ. Comes right at him. Big splash in the corner.
Well, this is what he needs, just some way to change momentum, and I like that, how he kind of springs up into that clothesline. Petey Williams now trying to get his bearings, and look at this. Consequences Creed got him up on the shoulders.
Rhaka up on the apron. You see the diversionary tactics here. Referee Slick Johnson trying to count her down, but he's losing his focus, Mike. Creed, able to take Petey Williams, shove him right off into Rhaka. He puts him up on his shoulders, powers him down.
Here he goes. 1, 2. Oh, not enough. That's what Petey Williams is all about. Love him, hate him. The guy's got unbelievable resolve, unbelievable heart.
He's got to know, Don, that even though this is a non-title match, this match could set the stage for any future matches with Consequences Creed. Petey Williams needs his victory. Creed gonna go high risk, headed to the top. Here he comes. No, missed that top rope leg drop. Here's an opportunity for Petey Williams to take advantage. The flip pile driver, the Canadian Destroyer. Instead, reverse.
Look at this.
Creed drop down.
He got it stolen.
Here is your winner, Consequences Creed.
Big win. Big win. Take note, Jim Cornette. You just heard it from Hermie Sadler. Big win for Consequences Creed in the non-title matchup. To JB backstage with LAX and the Prince Justice Brotherhood.
Both of them just kind of pop up to their feet. And, you know, these are guys right here that really respect each other. Alex Shelley, Jay Lethal. I mean, they've come so far together here in TNA, and you can see them holding out the hand, and the handshake, of course, is received by Black Machismo.
I wonder if it's any coincidence that just a couple of weeks after Black Machismo re-proposed to SoCal Val, that she's not out here supporting him at ringside.
Well, I'll tell you something. Jay Lethal's life has just taken such a downhill turn since the wedding. And, of course, we saw last week where Sanjay Dutt able to steal the ring and now able to convince SoCal Val again. It's an accident here just earlier tonight. Well, this Sunday at Hard Justice, Jay Lethal, if there's one thing he can do, that's get some revenge. Get some revenge on the guy that's just caused him all this heartache, Mike.
Consequences Creed unloads in the corner, but Chris Sabin moves out of the way. Then decks him with a big clothesline type move. Sabin to the corner, but Creed's ready for him as he just dropped Sabin, caught him with the lariat. Here's the follow cover. No, 1 count only.
I'll tell you what was amazing to me there was how Consequences Creed just shortened that distance so fast. Chris Sabin getting ready to come off the ropes, had it going his way, and Creed timed it perfectly, so Sabin had no way to defend it. Now, everything's turned around, a little teamwork by Lethal and Creed.
This also from Jim Cornette's office in our Impact main event tonight. That's the 8-man dual entrance weapons gauntlet, unlike any gauntlet match you've ever seen before. Yes, Samoa Joe's in that match, as well as Booker T, Big Matt Morgan, among others. We're going to start with 2 competitors. The first 2 men in the main event gauntlet tonight, AJ Styles and Kurt Angle.
Anytime you get those 2 in the ring, it's must-see television, that's for sure. Especially with that hatred that is just growing in Kurt Angle for AJ Styles, who he's still convinced had something to do with sleeping with his wife. Of course, there's no proof of it, but think about something else in that gauntlet, Mike, that's going to even make it more interesting. Not just are we starting it with Kurt Angle and AJ Styles, but instead of coming out 1 at a time, they're going to come out 2 at a time.
Every 2 minutes, and also factor in that weapons are allowed. That all goes down tonight in our Impact main event. Tag from outside by Sabin, and he just flings Black Machismo to the floor. Drop kick takes out Consequences Creed. Looks like the guns are going to fly.
Oh, look at Alex Shelley, just how he just flings himself over that top rope, right on Black Machismo, and that's one thing the guns do when they get it going their way. They're so good together that they can just be relentless and put it on you one right after another. You don't have time for a breath. Quick pin. Lethal able to kick his shoulder out just in time.
At the conclusion of this tag team match, another installment of our new interview segment, Karen's Angle, special guest, Kurt Angle's best friend, Frank Trigg.
Well, think about her last guest, Kaz, and the situation that happened there. I mean, I know a lot of people, I think, Mike, were skeptical about Kaz saying that this was it. But now we know that it is it. Basically, he's got a few obligations that he's going to meet. And in Kaz, it's time, he said, for him to go in another direction.
Boy, I'm with you. I thought that was one of those situations where it was just heat of the moment that Kaz would reconsider. But you're right, Don. As far as Kaz is concerned, once he agrees to fulfill those final contractual commitments here in TNA, he is walking away.
I just think it's a time he wants to rededicate and figure out what he wants to do. I mean, think about how close he came so many times and just could never get the job done. It just weighed on him. Oh, look at this. It kind of became a brawl right there. And you can see Alex Shelley just forcing those forearms right into the eyes of Jay Lethal and maybe using a little extra force than he normally would in a situation like that.
Have to agree. More fight than a wrestling match at that point. But then Shelley stands up and allows Lethal to get to his feet. Tag is Sabin now legal. Let's see what the Guns are going to do here to Black Machismo. Another double team move, going to shoot him off into the ropes.
Here's where the Guns are just so perfect. Look at this. One kick to the back of the head, and then there's the drop kick by Saban. And I mean, I mentioned it before, relentless. You can see that when they got it going right, nobody does it quicker or better. 1, 2, go! Again, now that time it was awful close. Jay Lethal almost a little too nonchalant and getting the shoulder up that time.
Motor City Machine Guns right on the verge of victory, as Don mentioned. Now Saban going to take Lethal back over to their side of the ring, and from outside, Shelley assists, and now the tag is in to Shelley as well, and it's more 2-on-1 from the Guns.
Well, this is just such an advantage that the Guns have over Lethal and Creed. I mean, these guys have never tagged together before, and the Guns, when we talk about them being poetry, when they get things working, but Jay Lethal just kind of desperation there, trying to get things going back his way. Just goes right off that top rope and nails Chris Saban.
Consequences, Creed, outside on the apron, just dying to get the tag from Black Machismo, and now Lethal. There it is, there's the tag, and here comes Creed.
Wow, way to come in there with steam and that elbow and then that punch to the gut. I mean, look how he just picked Chris Saban off of his feet with that uppercut, Mike.
Oh, you've got to agree. Explosive, yet innovative offense, but all of a sudden curtailed by the cheap shot from Shelley, but then Creed catches Shelley on his shoulder and powers him down.
Just brings him right on his face. Here it goes. 1, 2, oh! Alex Shelley got the shoulder up in time.
TKO from Creed almost provides the knockout, but the Guns are still alive. Consequences, right back on him, trying to go back to the offense, but you see the jawbreaker, and then Saban in with the sunset flip.
Oh, brings him right back on his knees, and now look at this. As he's holding there, Alex Shelley, that stomach is exposed. Shelley on top.
Here he comes.
Oh, man, and he just drives the back right into the exposed gut. 1, 2, Lethal just in time.
What a diving headbutt that was by Shelley. You're right, Machismo win to make the save. Now it's broken down with all 4 men in the 6-sided ring. Lethal lands on his feet, gets clocked from behind, however, by Shelley. More Guns 2-on-1. Look at Lethal. Whoa, man, what incredible agility.
Well, he goes right through him, and then here comes Creed. And oh, you thought he had them both in one shot. Great move there of misdirection. Lethal goes through him, and then all of a sudden they realize here comes Creed out of nowhere. And now here's a little teamwork. Oh, look at that. He goes down in the suicide dive by Lethal.
Diversion from Creed with the splits. Suicide dive right on target. Now here's the chance for Creed to put away Shelley. Instead, Shelley with the reversal. Oh, man, caught him with that kick.
Oh, he just spun it right around and just took the air right out of him. And now you can see that it... Wait a minute. He's going to roll up. 1, 2. He's done it.
Here are your winners, Black Machismo, Jay Lethal, and Consequences, Creed.
What can you say? Besides another impressive victory for Consequences, Creed, along with his tag team partner, Black Machismo, Jay Lethal. Well, you can just feel it as Creed heads into hard justice and the opportunity for a title shot that he earned here on Impact. Creed gets Petey Williams this Sunday on pay-per-view.
And all this does is just build his confidence that much more. I mean, to go out there and beat the likes of the Guns who have been together for so long. You can see the handshakes there.
Gotta love that mutual respect.
Well, it really is. And he's got the hand out now for Alex Shelley. And whoa, Alex Shelley just pushed him in the chest and walked off.
Wow, what's that all about? Let's go to the latest installment of Karen's Angle.